So the new Apple Watch Series 6 has just been released, and I'm sure you want to know more about it. So I have got 10 tips for your new Apple Watch 6. Hello again guys, welcome back to Take It Easy. So we've got another Apple themed video today. We're going to be going over the top 10 tips for the Apple Watch Series 6. Just before we jump into the video, if you do enjoy the content and you're new here, please do subscribe to the channel and leave a like and a comment. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. So for our first Apple Watch Series 6 tip, we've got a potentially life-saving one. Yep, that's right, by pressing and holding the inset button on the side of your Apple Watch, you can actually bring up the option to input your medical data. Should you ever find yourself in such an unfortunate position that this needs to be used, this could actually be really helpful to paramedics or for anyone who's caring for you. I definitely recommend inputting your data just to be safe. For tip number 2, we're going to make use of that fancy digital crown on the side of the watch, the little twisty thing. So I discovered you can actually do something really cool with this. You can actually use it to control the volume of any music you're playing. You can do this whenever you're in the now playing mode, and to be honest, it's just super satisfying to play with. Now for our third tip, it's actually quite an important one considering the current circumstances, and that is that the Apple Watch alongside watchOS 7 actually detects when you're washing your hands. If you stop washing your hands before the 20-second timer is up, then it'll actually vibrate and tell you to keep on going. This all happens in the background, so you won't actually see it happening, but it's certainly a really cool thing to have. It'll use all its various sensors to detect when there's running water and when you're moving your hands in a certain way, and it'll just know when you're washing your hands. Certainly more useful than having to actually physically set an app off, because that can get quite annoying if you're washing your hands very often. For tip number 4, we're going to talk about Siri. Now usually to activate Siri, you'd say those 2 magic words and input your command. But now with the Apple Watch Series 6, all you need to do is actually raise your wrist, and it'll actually detect that motion, and you can just simply ask your question or put your command in. Again, it's certainly easier than having to say the command, especially when you're out in public. In at tip number 5 is smart home features. Now I briefly showed this off in my Apple Watch Series 6 review, but you can actually use your Apple Watch to control things like your lights and your TV. If you have any automatic blinds that are smart enabled, then you can also probably use it to control them as well. This again is definitely a cool feature to have on your wrist. It's definitely easier than having to pull your phone out and do it. We personally use it a lot to control our lift light bulbs in the lounge area. Tip number 6, screenshots. Yep, you can actually take screenshots on your Apple Watch now. This might not sound too exciting at first, but it would be really nice for people who want to share their fitness achievements with their friends. Before you can do this though, you do need to enable it in the settings. To do this, go to the Watch Companion app, tap General. There you'll be able to toggle screenshots on or off. Once that's sorted, simply press the crown and the button below it at the same time, and voila. Tip number 7 is heart rate notification. Now I mentioned how important these could be, certainly for vulnerable people, in my full review. So what you can do is actually enable notifications when your heart rate is getting lower or higher than it should be. When you enable this, you can choose a threshold and choose how far it can go above or below. On top of that, it can look out for signs that it could be a longer-term issue, which again could be potentially life-saving. Such an amazing thing to have on your wrist. For tip number 8, we're going to quickly fly through Apple's watch faces. I'm going to show you how you can actually edit them and customize them just to how you like them. Now I do really like Apple's UI on this, and it's actually really simple. You can just swipe through the colors and dials and styles that you wish, and scroll through them using that rotating crown. There's a couple of different default faces to start off from, but honestly the possibilities are endless. You can get really creative with this. Once you find a nice watch face you want to edit, simply press and hold on it and then click edit, and there you can find all your customization tools. Tip number 9 is a couple of useful tips in one. Swiping up from the bottom of the watch will bring up a tray where you can find a few really quick useful features. Up at the top there next to the Wi-Fi button is the Find My Phone. So when you press that, it'll actually buzz your phone for you. I find this really helpful. You've also got theatre mode for when you go to the cinema to watch a movie, a mode for turning off notifications for when you go to sleep. You've also got a flashlight, which is also really handy, and then of course aeroplane mode. There's also a few others that you can play around with if you need them. The best thing about this is you can actually edit it and customize it and add which features you think you'll actually need. Tip number 10, last but not least, is a nice, quick and easy one, and that's just simply reorganizing your app drawer. Now, if you're new to Apple or not too familiar, you might be struggling to work out which picture belongs to what app. There's no names under it and there's only very small icons. So what you can actually do is change this to a list view. Admittedly, it doesn't look as nice as the honeycomb design, but for people who are just getting used to their watch, it might be handy to have on for a month or so just to get used to all the icons. So if you would prefer to see the names with the icons, all you need to do is switch it to list mode. Okay, so that was 10 quick tips for your new Apple Watch Series 6. Let me know in the comments section which was your favorite tip, and if you'd like to see more videos such as this one, let me know and I'll try and make some more for you. Coming up on the channel, I've got some more wearable tech reviews coming up, and I'm going to try and put some more tips and tricks videos out for you. Again, if you are new here, please do subscribe to the channel, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.